The week of September 23rd, 2013. This week we will see the Sun directly opposed to sparky and rebellious Uranus. Uranus has a highly intellectual quality, which means conversations, flashes of brilliance, and inventions are the themes of the time. Very inventive time. With the Libra Sun shining across the zodiac, we will have what's called an opposition. And just like the word, we might very well witness some opposition. As the heat gets turned up in the Middle East, we may very well see an escalation as the dialogue becomes even more dire and dramatic. What will this look like? Diplomacy will be a crucial approach for the surrounding countries. The citizens of the planet really have little choice with regard to such atrocities as we have seen in that area of the world. We cannot stand by and watch, so we must act. And the Sun-Uranus opposition may be the triggering spark. The moon will be hovering near Jupiter, which could add a level of grandeur to the events, as it is in Cancer, in other words, square. To add to the mix, we have fiery Mars squaring off against Venus, both in fixed signs. Venus is in Scorpio and Mars is in Leo. So a certain amount of tension is almost unavoidable at this point. While Mars is comfortable in the fire sign of Leo, it also has a quality of intractability, which is stalwart and stubborn. At the same time, aggressive and demanding. This is the problem. Bold and perhaps even belligerent, Mars can be a fire starter in this neighborhood. Venus, meanwhile, in secretive and sneaky Scorpio, may pull some punches behind the scene. When these two planets square off with each other, the outcome can be that of unchecked tempers and underhanded comments. Not necessarily the appropriate context for a peaceful negotiation, is it? There's no question about this is going to be intense. Yet this is what we have, and this is how we must move forward and cope. It is quite likely that this type of emotional backdrop will inflame the current topics rather than soothe them, which is a little bit concerning. Mars is inflammatory, and with squaring Venus, it could be tough. True astrology, as you know, comes from the accuracy, and this is where it's important to understand your chart. The more detail you know about your chart, the better informed you'll be when it comes to reading the weekly horoscopes, for example. If you know your rising sign, if you know where your moon is, you can read that and your sun sign, get an incredible amount of detail, accuracy beyond belief. Always read your rising sign each week. My newsletter comes out every Sunday evening at 5:30 so that on Monday morning it's there for your week. Open it up, see what you have coming up for the week, and prepare yourself, and that's where you'll see the action for sure. My radio show, Turning the Wheel, will continue. It's not going to be on Contact Talk Radio any longer. I'm going to continue on as a podcast in a new format. I will be announcing that name and that place very shortly. The best way to keep up with me is to get into my newsletter, and you will see exactly what's going on, what the shows are, who the guests are. I'm going to be getting great guests, so you want to keep in touch with that. ChrisFlisher.com is my website, or TurningTheWheel.com is my website. I will talk to you all next week, and thank you for listening.